for Vina first. She's got to leave to go sign autographs. So, any questions for Vina? Dan?
I mean, you guys got a chance, I think, pretty much the whole last 3 quarters to work on that zone defense. Was that useful for you guys, and do you think that could be a real good alignment for this team?
Yeah, I think it's really good for the whole team. We've been working on it a lot in practice lately, and just when we get our hands up, we're a really big zone. So we just been trying to really cut down the little things and little turnovers and stuff, or getting the other team to get turnovers. But yeah, I think it'll be really effective this year.
Evina, 3 games at home, and now you sort of head on the road. It's a neutral court, obviously. What do you think you guys have learned in these first 3 games that are going to help you in the Junkanoo Jam?
I think we're just kind of learning how everybody plays, especially our young players, just getting used to playing with each other, and I think just the energy that everyone brings to the team is going to be really fun to watch in the Bahamas. So we're ready to get out there and just prove who we are and what we can do.
Flip side of that question, I guess, is you saw a lot of zone today. They were playing, I think, the last 3 quarters too. Was that good work for you guys too? Because I imagine you're going to see a lot of that alignment from other teams.
Yeah, we've been able to get the ball inside pretty well, and we got shooters all around the arc, so just putting up shots and just cutting the gaps and everything, so it worked out for us.
Any other questions for Vina? One more, Dan?
Evina, is it important when you're facing that alignment to not just settle for jumpers? It looked like in the second quarter when they went to it, you guys were kind of looking to you were trying to pass it inside, and some players like when I was kind of cutting for that jump shot. I mean, is that really important to be mindful of that?
It's not necessarily hard, but it's just whether or not we do it or not. So just getting the ball inside, it allows us to get wide open shots on the arc. So we just have to get it inside a little bit more. And that's what we do.
All right, thank you, Vina. Questions for the other players? Listen.
Maybe this might be a silly question, but bear with me here a little bit. In the fourth quarter, you guys are up by like 60 points, and you dive on a loose ball in the backcourt. Why? Why do that in this game type situation?
I mean, we really want to get the ball. I mean, it's the first player on the floor. I mean, that's a great hustle for us. That's what we try to do. We try to hit the floor first.
Dan?
Rennia, what will you tell the younger players now as you go to Jamaica? You're going to be facing, Clemson. There's going to be kind of an upgrade in the competition. What kind of advice would you want to give these players for these kind of games?
Well, just the same thing I've just been telling them since they got here. I mean, it only gets tougher. These first few games, especially the exhibition game, we kind of wanted our freshmen to get out there and just get adapted to the game, get adjusted to the speed and how the game will be. But after today, we're on to real competition, and we got to play a lot tougher and a lot better than we have been.
Maria?
Mimi, you came out just smoking hot from the arc. I mean, were you hitting pregame? Do you know how to bottle that up? Why were you so hot to start this game?
We were moving the ball well, and my teammates would find me for the open looks. We were playing inside out. There was a lot of times where I know Cassie had got it, and they'd double in, she looked opposite. Or we were just moving the ball a lot, so we was getting a lot of looks.
Maybe I think this was the 6th fewest points that Lady Vol team has ever allowed in a game. Defensively, I know you love defense. What kind of gets going when you're holding a team to that little points throughout? Like, do you kind of almost like smell blood in the water type thing, and you want to hold them to even less points?
Yeah, so today we tried to hold them to 30 points at the most. So we come out with a lot of energy, full court pressing, and that's what we get after it. And we get them playing fast, and they get to turn the ball over, and we just want to keep pressuring them.
Just to follow up on that, make sure I was exactly right on this. You wanted to give up 30 or less. You gave up 31. What was the talk about that in the locker room? Coach say anything about it?
It was a good defensive effort though from our team. I feel like 30 was the goal, but 31. I guess nobody can really be mad about that.
We'll take it.
So,
Dan?
When you said earlier you feel like you can play a lot better, where do you think this team can make strides now? What should we be most mindful of in terms of improvement right now?
well, just the little things. Like today, I feel like we had a few turnovers that were unforced. I told a couple of other younger players, like when you get the rebound, you have to catch and look first versus trying to dribble through the traffic. And we had a few turnovers like that. We also had a few turnovers trying to force it into the post inside, which, I mean, we do emphasize getting the ball inside, but if it's not there, it's not there. So maybe ball fake and go inside, or get a ball reversal and it'll be open later in the possession. But just little things like that. Cleaning up those turnovers is definitely going to be big for us.
Maria?
Mimi, that's about a balanced minutes box score I think I've ever seen. All 21s and then all 19s. Does that keep everybody engaged too when you've got the entire roster logging that kind of minutes?
Yeah, it keeps everyone engaged, and it also keeps our legs fresh. Like we're doing 5 in, 5 out right now. So, I mean, we're just getting after it early. The next group come in, get after it. The next group come in, get after it. We're just trying to keep the energy and keep the pressure on the team. So, I mean, we'll just be subbing, just so we'll keep the pressure on them.
For either one of you, really, whoever feels like answering it, I think it was 39 points off of turnovers, 23 fast break points. When your defense is working as hard as it is, creating as many turnovers, like, from a player perspective, how does that really make the offense easier for you all?
I mean, you basically just said it. We get to get out, run, and make layups. I mean, that's the easiest part about it.
Yeah, so
Dan?
Have either one of you ever played on teams where you sub 5 players at a time like that? Do you guys like that? Has that been kind of an interesting, fun way to play? When you're coming in, making wholesale changes like that.
Well, I think it just gives everybody confidence, which, I mean, we're going to need later down the road. We're going to need everybody to feel like they can come in and hit those shots that we might need. I think that right now, we're kind of moving fast with the subbing later down the road. I'm not really sure if it's going to be 5-5, but I feel like everybody's going to have that confidence built up by then because everybody's getting minutes right now.